And now it's time for my favorite part of the show. You guys never know what we're going to talk about, but I can guarantee that whatever we talk about will most definitely be certified rad. So this week for Certified Rad, we're actually gonna look at two different stories that I feel are inspiring and may encourage some thought and some perspective about life and kind of what it means to be a part of this weird human experience that we have. Because every time I turn on the news or I pull up the internet, it's just, what are the humans doing today that is negative towards each other? And it's just one thing after another. It's just a weird time. So I looked at this and I said, well, hey, this week for Certified Rad, I bet I can find at least one story that is going to be like, look, we're the adults. We need to get our act together because there are children doing better at this thing called life than the adults are who are supposed to be leading the charge and leading the way. Because every time I turn on the news, every time I pull up the internet, it's just a constant barrage of negativity. People being mean and disrespectful to each other, people saying hurtful things, people doing hurtful things and harmful things to each other. It just makes no sense. Humanity is like in this giant fishbowl together and we can't seem to figure it out. And then all of a sudden, two children come along that say, look, this is how it's supposed to be done. And as Whitney Houston sang, I believe the children are our future. And if these two children that we're about to talk about are any indication about where we're headed, I think the future is in pretty good hands. So let's go ahead and take a look at these two inspiring stories about kids who are crushing at life. And before we dive into these stories, if you want to read more on them, click the description box below and you will find both of those links in the show notes. Story number one deals with 11-year-old Nolan Adams, who realized that there are children in children's hospitals that might not necessarily have the same luxury at Christmas that he has. So what did he do? He decided he wanted to try and help make their Christmas special. So he was able to finagle over 170 gifts for the kids in the children's hospital. And when an 11-year-old can look at a situation and go, I see an opportunity where I can help, and he acts on it, you can guarantee that that is most definitely certified rad. Inspirational story number two takes place in Charlottesville, North Carolina. 7-year-old Alex Fisher heard that in her town, a local group was going to be feeding the homeless for Thanksgiving. And for some reason, maybe because the kid has a good heart, maybe she has good parents, maybe she's just a good kid, she decided she wanted to help volunteer to feed these homeless at Thanksgiving. So what did she do? Well, obviously, since she's 7 years old, she went to her parents and said, hey, how can we help? Her parents said, well, let's make a food box and we can donate that. To which she replied, no, that's not enough. So the 7-year-old girl decided to go door to door asking for donations. She also started a lemonade stand. And then she took it a step further. She did a presentation at her school to get other kids in her second grade class and beyond to help raise money for her cause of feeding the homeless. So she had a goal she wanted to reach of $150, which she did. And then her parents were like, look, our daughter is like outshining us so hard right now. So her parents started a GoFundMe page, and with her help, they raised over $1,500 for the Thanksgiving charity service of feeding the homeless. Shut it down, folks. This 7-year-old did not only inspire change in her family, she did it at her school and in her local community. And when you can do that, you can guarantee that that is most definitely certified rad. Hi everybody, I'm Jeremy Brunansky and you've just finished watching a Certified Rad segment. Now along with these segments, we also have the movie reviews, which are for movies that are currently in theaters. Also, we do have the DVD and VOD, like Netflix reviews, which are in these playlists right here for you to check out. All right, we'll see you next Monday at 10 a.m. PST for a brand new episode of Brunansky's Vlog. Have a great week. Take care.